So, okay, I'm going to say welcome all salespeople to our third sales training, product training for 7th floor and Elevate Distribution. Today we are going to go over basically what started this company, the Silver Surfer Vaporizer. And how it got started, I started this about 13 years ago. And I loved the Vapor Brothers Vaporizer. Unfortunately, it had a lot of issues with it that I thought could be improved upon. So fortunately for us, I was able to improve on a lot of different things. Yeah, I don't know going to how I got started, but so every Silver Surfer comes in a hemp polyester storage bag we call Hempster, and this was actually where dime bags started from. It wasn't really dime bags that created the bags, it was 7th floor created the bags for the Silver Surfer, and that is us being green, so there's no trash that goes into the landfill or anything. Your bag comes in this, it's something that lasts a long time, and that's how I felt we stayed green. So every bag has a beautiful velour, what is this called? Velvet inside. Each has pockets in there to keep all your glass and everything safe, and you can lay your Silver Surfer in there beautifully. Has a front pocket right here where we put our training manual. That'll probably come out, or your instruction manual, that'll probably come out in the future. And then it has another pocket back here with a strap where you can carry this bag around when you go travel with it. All of our Silver Surfers, we got, oh beautiful, you brought both kinds out. We got the spherical kind, and then we also got the conical kind. So originally we started with a standard, that was before any kind of ground joints or anything like that. And then we moved on to these. We have eliminated the standard glass because it's just not as good and whatnot for us. So now it only comes in spherical and conical. Yes, sir.
Annie says she's trying to join the conference right now.
Okay.
I won't let her. I won't let her. You got like an acceptor or anything?
No.
Shouldn't have to.
Same link as last week.
Tell her I just forwarded her an email of the link that I have. See if that helps out.
Cool. Tommy's talking with her right now.
Okay. I don't know if we should just start from the beginning again.
I would say keep going, and then she can come back and watch it because we've got it recorded.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll just keep going on.
Okay.
Hey, there's Annie.
Hey, finally.
Hey, welcome, Annie.
Hey.
So this is kind of good. My fault that it didn't work out. I started at 9:05, so this is actually really good because then we went over a couple minutes of stuff, but then you can go back and refresh on it. So this is actually great, and I just so we can see how this works and doesn't work, because I'm sure we'll have people come in late in the future as well. So this is actually perfect, and I love this happened actually. So I just went over the storage bag and whatnot, and right now we're going over the glass. And so, as you know, it comes basically in two styles of glass: the spherical, and then the conical as well. So, and then here's the conical. So we call this conical because it's much like a cone, and that's just what the standard industry standard calls it. They both work really good. The conical, this one is a wonderful piece, and it gives you basically, you can put it into this thing and let it sit there, so you kind of have hands-free. What I don't like about this is if you're at a party or something and somebody doesn't know that it can slip out and they pull on the wand or the whip, it's going to come out and break. Good for us, bad for the customer, so in my mind that's bad for us as well. The spherical, on the other hand, I really like it. This is not the clip. Do we have a clip for it? Spherical. So actually that works fine. So the spherical allows it to use the hands-free attachment like this, and that gives it like solid locking on there. Like you can't do it like it's on there and whatnot. That kind of came off. Nobody's going to do that. But
so if you choose the spherical ground glass, does it come with hands-free attachment?
Yes, the spherical does come with that because I feel it's quite an important thing. And again, with the spherical, the bowl is a little bit bigger, so you can see the inside diameter is bigger, and I really like that. Another thing that I really like about the spherical is that when glass heats up, it expands. So if you take your wand and it's cold, and then you insert it into a hot piece of glass, you don't want to push that in real hard or crank it in there because the glass will expand and it'll get stuck. That's why we really like the spherical. It'll never get stuck. It kind of moves around. It just does whatever. I prefer to stir the bowl in between each, probably every hit or every second hit. So I like to take that out and have a big bowl and whatnot. It's the Silver Surfer runs on full convection. So what that is when you draw, when you're inhaling, it's taking the air, bringing it over the heater, and then heating the air up. Now this happens within a tenth of a second, like the air is just going in and out. So the heater is probably running about 600 or 700 degrees, and that 600-700 degrees allows the air temperature to heat up to about 385 to 420 degrees. That's the sweet spot, and between about 365 and 420. I prefer the 420. That's when you're going to get all the terpenes, all the THC oils, all the CBD oils out. Everything will come out at that. And then, so not only is it convection, and then it's very efficient as it's only vaporizing when you inhale. So you can leave your wand with some herb in it, and because heat does rise, the heat's mostly going to come up like this and not go over your herbs. And then you can come back and inhale. So you can leave this plugged in along with whatever. You can also leave your Silver Surfer on 24 hours a day, and that's okay because we do allow it to run with the aroma top on there. And we'll talk more about that later. So, yep, the Silver Surfer comes with a clear mouthpiece. We also have upgraded mouthpieces, just standard ones like this that are green, blue, black. And then we also have high-end mouthpieces that are custom blown by our Elevate Premier team, and those can come in pretty much anything. We do have standard custom repeatable mouthpieces that are we call balloon style, flattened style, and a mouthpiece style, and a twisted style. And those are all on our website, and they come in purple, blue, black, red, white, yellow, and green. 7 colors for 7th floor. And then...
Now you're going to have to make it 8 colors for Elevate.
Yeah, I feel you.
You pink.
Well, that's where the fume comes in. We like fume, and that comes nice and pink and changes. You're right. And then another thing that separates the Silver Surfer from our Dabuda or pretty much any other unit out there is this glass temperature knob. So that temperature knob can come off. So down the road, if people want to upgrade, they can upgrade, and we have a lot of different kinds on there. We also have custom repeatable knobs that are mushrooms, an implosion, a flower, and I think that's it. And those are on our website as well. And then as it being removable, they come standard with the heat basically set to this side, and then it moves all the way up to there. So you're basically going from, I guess, about 7 o'clock to about 3 o'clock. And then, so if you really find your temperature and you want to have whatever you want, you can find it without the knob, and then take your knob and put it directly straight up. And when you put it straight up, you can tell yourself, hey, when I'm straight up, that's my sweet spot. So with the Silver Surfer, everybody's going to find their own sweet spot. And why is this that everyone has its own sweet spot? Why do we not have digital control? Why do we not have something measuring the temperature? Well, because when there's something measuring the temperature, it's kind of just bullshit. Everything that's actually doing this on the market right now is measuring the temperature of the heat with the thermistor and then changing it to a number that you're familiar with. It's not truly the temperature of the air coming out over your herbs, although it can be close. For us, I believe everybody can tell time on a standard clock. If you can't, well, that is definitely your problem, and you should probably learn to tell time. Sorry if I'm rude with that. I just feel as human beings we can tell time. So once you find your sweet spot, remember that time. If you like 420, find the 420 spot, put your knob to it. If you like noon, put it there. Or just find your spot, remember it. Some people will take a little mark and put it on there. Where your sweet spot is, you can do that and go to there. I just prefer taking the knob off or just remembering where the knob's at. And what controls that is if you inhale really slow, the air is going to go through the heater slower, and then it's going to actually heat up. And again, this is happening at tenths or hundredths of a second. So when you inhale really fast, the air is going by faster and heats up slower. So that's why you need to adjust your heater for how you inhale. So if you run it really, really hot and you're vaping with people that aren't used to vaping, turn it down a little bit and do it, or they will catch it on fire. I do that anytime I vape with people. I turn it down a little bit because I inhale really fast, and I like to get my vape to where it's almost combustion, but not combustion. That way I pull out all the benefits of the cannabis and everything like that.
Water pipe adapters.
Looks like we got Jason Brown in right now. Hey, there I see you, Jason. Sweet.
Water pipe adapters.
And then upgrades as well. We have water pipe adapters right here, and we make them in 10, 14, 19, male and females. So you can hook your rig. You got a rig right there. So you can pretty much hook up any rig. The best way to get this on as well is to put in a little bit of water. If it's just you, you can spit on it and put it on there. I don't say that out loud just because people probably don't like to spit on there, although when we're smoking a joint, we're sharing it around anyways. So this allows this to hook up to any rig or water pipe. And why would you want to do that? Well, when you hook it up to a rig or water pipe, it adds a little bit of moisture to the air, and it also cools it down a little bit more, which does what your nose does by cooling it and adding moisture to it.
Tubing.
So this tubing right here, this is made out of food grade vinyl tubing. The original comes with clear, but we have green, blue, red, black, and purple, I think. So you can upgrade and match to whatever color you really like.
Those are the stock options. Now we roll into customization, so like the Wave Rider custom glass.
Yeah, I have that up here. So then the mouthpieces, we talked about that. And then any wand, both conical and spherical, can be upgraded to a custom wand. This is our standard custom repeatable, and then this is our more high-end one that goes out. So that's a great benefit of a Silver Surfer Vaporizer over our competitors, is that it's a fully upgradable unit, so you can keep upgrading, people can keep coming back, and that's our consumable, basically, is our customization.
Let's do a flavor disc before we do the EOK.
Yeah, that's on our sheet as well.
Okay.
So, and then we go down into the customization as well. So every Silver Surfer, obviously, it got its name from the Silver Surfer like this. So then the next thing is we have our custom Wave Rider series. So what this is we powder coat this, 2-coat powders, a white and then a clear sublimation powder, and we can put any image on here so long as it's not copyrighted. I keep number 2, or I keep the number 1, and then the customer gets number 2. Or if it's an in-house design, which we have, I think, about 150, 200 designs on our website, those are all numbered, and we end them at 150. And this is much like a tattoo. It goes into the powder, so it's not going to peel off, flake off, do anything. It's going to look just as pretty as it does today in 10, 20 years from now, so long as you're not keeping it in the sun. There is not UV protection on this, as it's designed to keep in your house. So just kind of keep it out of direct sunlight, and it should last a really, really, really long time. And then each one of these units, we have this aroma top for this. And then this is what you can leave on 24 hours a day. So it goes on basically like this. And then you can put your essential oils in there. You can put wax melts in there. It all comes with a small pack of wax melts.
Oh, these are flavor discs, I'm sorry.
Okay. It all comes with the small packs of wax melts. You can use Scentsy wax melts. You can use the tea time candles. You can use some packs that you can get at Walmart, or you can get what we sell as well. Really, you can use anything. Yeah.
Does that aroma top come with all the Silver Surfers?
No, it doesn't come with the standard Silver Surfer, but it does come with the WRS upgrade. So the WRS upgrade is what I consider the cream of the crop, and it has the spherical on it, and it comes with an aroma top. It just comes, it's fully custom, fully pimped out. Do not ever put cold waxes or cold oils in a hot aroma top. It will pop and crack, which is going to pour out and not be a lot of fun. It's not going to electrocute you or cause too much damage, but it is going to be a nightmare to clean up. So don't do it. If you want to put in cold stuff, take your aroma top off, let it cool down, and then put your cold oils or waxes in there, and then put it on there and let it gradually heat up. And then another benefit of the aroma top is that when it's on there, you can go ahead and you can still vape. So it's really incognito. So if people have kids or grandkids or whatever, they can leave this running 24/7 and say, hey, that's just an aromatherapy device. The people are not lying to their kids, and it's just really good. Keep this hidden away, and then come back and you can do your own vaping 24/7. I feel that leaving that on 24/7 is quicker than rolling a joint or doing anything. Just load your bowl, vape, and you're ready to go. And then we get into what we can use with the Silver Surfer. So the Silver Surfer originally was designed for just doing dry herbs. It's all I knew about 10 years ago, 12 years ago. I did know about oils, but they weren't prevalent. And I call doing dry herbs, vaporizing them, doing raw dabs. So you're just taking the essential oils right off the plant material. So we call it raw dabs. One way, so if you're doing dry herbs, that's pretty self-explanatory. It goes into your wand, whichever wand, you hold it up to it, you inhale, that heats the vape, heats the plant material up, And then basically what it does is that hot air heats the oils up. Once the oils become to their boiling point, they essentially boil off and vaporize off of the plant material and turn from a solid to a liquid to a gas, and then back into basically a solid, which is the vapor that you see, and then your lungs can absorb that up. So one really neat way that I like to enhance my flower is I will take a little bit of nug and I'll put a little bit of concentrate on there, put that nug in there, and then stir it up. And I like that because any of the oils will they will get on the glass, but you can keep mixing it up and the oils will get soaked up into the herb, and it's easy to expel out of there and whatnot. The next thing we got for doing just dry herbs is we got this flavor disc right here. And what this flavor disc is made out of, ceramic. It's basically sintered and baked at 1300 degrees Celsius. So any kind of whatever crap that would be used into it is baked out of it at that high, ridiculous temperature. So these things are clean, inert, and very solid. We have found a really easy way to clean them with our elevator is when you're done with them, you can take it out and just take a torch and heat that thing up to where it's red, and it'll burn any oils out of there, leftover oils and whatnot. So to use this piece, you're going to just put a little bit of dabs or concentrates on there and then drop it right in your wand, and then it'll hold it in there. And then again, when you inhale, it's going to heat that disc up. Now, it'll take a little bit of heating up because it's going from room temperature and you're heating it up with hot air. So your first inhale is basically going to get this up to temperature. Your second inhale is really going to start to get it to vaporize and get everything off. Your third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh inhale is going to just pull some big, massive rips off of it. Those are the two ways I've found to do concentrates that I like best. I've seen people put a little bit of concentrates on just a cotton swab. Cotton vaporizes at a higher temperature than hash or cannabis does, so you can put your concentrates on there. Again, I feel the best is just putting it right on the cannabis.
You okay?
And then last year we came out with the EOK, and that's what this piece is right here. So we call it the Essential Oil Kit. And we didn't really want to talk about dabs and whatnot just because the world is changing, and we are more free to talk about dabs, concentrates now than we were a year ago just because the whole world doesn't really give a fuck. But how this works is you go ahead and you can take this off and you just turn and twist to take your heater cover off and then put it back on. When I go and put mine on, when this is cold, I like to pull up my heater just in case it got pushed down or anything, and you can pull that up a little bit. Don't pull so hard that you're going to rip it out or anything, but you could pull on it. It's okay. You're not going to break it by pulling it up a little bit. Just do it when it's cold. And then slide this piece back on, twist and push it down, and you'll go down, and then you got everything. Then we got a titanium piece here that sits on there, and that goes directly on your heater. And that heater is going to get your titanium nice and hot. And then I'm perfectly fine just doing my dabs on the titanium heater. Some people don't really like that, so we also include this borosilicate dish that you can just put your herbs in, and then or your concentrates in, and then drop it in to the titanium piece. And then as it heats up, it'll boil off, or you can just leave it in there and then just put your dabs on there. So we got this little piece right here, and what this does is it allows you to put a little bit of dabs on there, and then you can just put it on there and then seal it up and close. Well, when you put this on there, it closes it up. And you can move this around and move your oils around, and everything just gets good. So you have to have this on there. It's a carb cap. The air has to come over and hit the oils. Otherwise, when you're just pulling in air, it'll go around the oils and around the disc, and you'll just pull hot air through. So you need the air to hit the oils, then the air will pull the oils and the whatnot, well actually the vapor from it, and pull it off of there and then through your wand and out. So that's kind of how that works. We do recommend after every time, and the EOK does come with a small pack of tidy tips, we do recommend after every time you're done doing a dab or doing your concentrates that you clean it out. When you're vaporizing concentrates, you're vaporizing it basically at a lower temperature. So again, with that said, you're going to want to turn your temperature down a little bit on your unit when you're doing just dabs out of there, because you don't want to do hot dabs. The hot dabs or the hot vape hit is going to basically vaporize the THC, the CBDs, and then it's also going to vaporize your lipids and your other waxes and oils that you don't want. So when you're vaporizing, there's a lot of different things in your concentrate and herbs, and you know, the goodness, the THC and CBDs, they're in the oils of the plant. And your body, and you really only want some of the drugs, we'll call it, the THC, CBDs, and all that stuff, and the terpenes. Your body only wants that, and your mind only wants that. It doesn't want all the other oils and lipids and stuff like that. That's why you'll see people when they do hot dabs, they'll cough and cough and cough because they're coating their lungs with the oils. We don't want the oils. We want to leave the oils there. And again, that's why you're going to need some tidy tips to clean those oils out. Just get them out of here, throw them away. Otherwise, you're going to this mess just starts getting built up.
You want to explain why the EOK comes with another wand in too?
Yeah, and the EOK, when you get the whole kit, it does come with another wand, tubing and everything. And that's, again, because I do feel that once your wand starts getting oily and everything, oilies are sloppy, messy. They're just going to get sticky compared to the dry herbs. So that's why we give you 2 wands, so you can leave one nice and fresh for your dry herbs. One goes nice and sloppy for your oils. Again, why I like... Yep.
Is there any like ground glass joint for the EOK? Or just the spherical?
No, the EOK, we make it in both sets, the conical and the spherical. I only showed the spherical today because that's what we brought in, and I think that's what's best.
Okay.
One other thing about the EOK is it has this little cap here. So when you're doing dry herbs and everything, you're using the heat that's on there. So it's actually conduction type when you're doing dabs. And then when you need to do dry herbs again, you're going to want to turn this up, and you're going to want to cap this off so you can get nice, the air can get a little bit hotter. It does also work if you turn it all the way up and inhale slow, that'll work too. So it just kind of depends how the user likes it to work. But if you're doing dry herbs, you're going to use it up, cap this off, turn this on, and then find your sweet spot. So you're going to have a sweet spot for dry herbs and then a sweet spot for doing your dabs if you like it. Or just keep your sweet spot there and just load this up with herbs and put your dabs on your herbs and keep the same sweet spot. It also comes with this little tongs right here, and this is so you can go ahead and pull this thing out if it's hot. Again, I recommend if you really want to pull it out, just pull it out after it's cooled down a little bit, and so forth like that. I think that goes over a lot of the EOK. Is there any questions from anybody about the EOK?
No, I'm pretty straight.
No, good.
Okay. I think that covers everything on the Silver Surfer. I think I got it all in a quick thing.
Not bad. 9:30.
So again, if you guys got any questions after this, please, you can email them to me. What I would really love is any questions that you get, go to our comments on the YouTube video, and then this will start building up a lot of any questions that I didn't answer on this video will be built up there. That way people can find these things easier. That way as we grow both this and the elevated homes or whatnot, we'll just have this information. I wish I would have started this 11 years ago because we have a lot of information here, but we got this now. And I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited that y'all took your time and came and joined us today. Really appreciate that.
I think that's it.
And I think that's it for the Silver Surfer. And what product would you guys like to talk about next week?
The Super Surfer.
Okay, we'll make that happen.
Okay, question though.
Yep.
Here for the bag part. Are we always going to keep it in that hemp-based bag that it comes in already, or are we going to be switching the bags or anything like that?
It'll always come in this hemp polyester bag. We started it. We're the ones who started in this industry, I think. We're the ones who started shipping products in a bag. And I think you missed out on it. Our surfers do not come in a dime bag. Our surfers come in a Silver Surfer bag. And dime bags was actually created from the Silver Surfer bag. So there's a misconception there. Sometimes people will say, oh, it comes in a nice dime bag. No, it comes in a beautiful 7th floor bag that dime bags was born from. Anything else? Oh, one thing I'd like to go over is you got a pick.
Should be one.
There was
here,
one.
the
Yep.
yellow one.
So one really neat way on this that I found, like putting in a screen can be a pain in the ass, or it can be really easy. One way to do this really quickly, I think, is to kind of bend it up a little bit and then put it in there, and you just kind of push it down to the bottom. And when it stops, the trick is don't just push it forward, but you almost want to flip it. So then, I don't know if you can see that. You probably all can't even see that. But I push it down there, and then I pull it back up, and then I flip it. Well, and then I flip it, and that catches that edge will catch under that Mariah. And then it plops down, and then you can kind of push it down and make it pan out a little bit and get extra tight. So if anybody's having a problem how to put the screen in, it's pushing it down and then flipping it. So you don't push it down and then turn it. You push it down and then flip it in there and then catch this edge in the Mariah and then push it down. So, I don't know. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Cool.
All right, so we'll call this an end, and thank you everybody for all your support and everything. And again, feel free to hit me up on my email, steve@7floorvapes, at any time. You can hit up BJ at any time. And if you got any questions with this particular product or the last two that we've done, the elevator or sidekick, I'd really like to see those questions go on the YouTube video so we can build that up. And I'll be sending this out today too. And anyways, with that said, thank you everybody for everything, and y'all have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Thanks, Steve.